Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here with another episode of Free Pattern Friday. Yay! It's Free Pattern Friday. Today I'm bringing you, we decided to do a little different thing here today, is we're doing a baby quilt over the next couple of weeks. So I'm doing like mostly in purples, but it's okay. You don't have to follow along and do the baby quilt. You can just see how cute these blocks all come together. And then if you see the baby quilt at the end, that's a bonus. But anyways, today we're going to do pinwheel hourglasses. And it's just a very fun, fast, quick, and easy way of going through your stash. Now, I've given you the cutting instructions on how to make this pinwheel hourglass in the show notes below, so you gotta get into those show notes. You have to. You have to. But first, let's get our shout out. Now, her YouTube channel is also going to be in those show notes or description box, so it's really important you get in there. Lori at Quilting in the Country is on our radar, and Lori's YouTube channel is going to be in the show notes. She doesn't know it's coming, so go check her out. Tell her Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Now, there's so many things I'm going to talk to you about that are in those show notes. The Soya brothers, or the Soya group out of Vegas, is doing their charity drive for Alaska. The people that have worked in that charity drive last couple of years have said it was a hoot. So don't miss out on the fun. Their YouTube channel and their website is in those show notes below too, so you go check them out. Also, share, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss content, and make comments. All of those things help our analytics that we can continue bringing you fun, free patterns and, doing crazy little things like, baby blankets and whatnot for charity. Right? So it should be a lot of fun. And over half of you aren't subscribed. We would love to have you a subscriber. Please consider subscribing today, right? We also have a Facebook group, and it's warm and welcoming, and we have all sorts of fun community chats to join, and some of them are quilting related, some of them are recipes, other things, Thankful Thursdays and whatnot. We also have a virtual sewing room that's hosted in Discord for the Facebook group members, and once you download the Discord app, you just send one of the admins invitation, and they'll be happy to send you an invite. Also, we do fabric exchanges by country to keep our postal costs down. Also, I speak for free, and I talk about elements of design, working with fabric scraps, and making charity quilts. So if your group or guild is looking for that kind of thing, I'll do my best to accommodate them for a speaking engagement. Also, shoutouts. Please send me shoutouts of quilting channels that you see or find and discover, and you think they're doing a good job. Let us know for sure. Now, my email is under the About tab on the YouTube channel, but I also will take messages on Facebook. So I'm a little quicker on Facebook than I am on the email. Quilt Bingo will start right a couple weeks after Spring Fling with strings are done. And that one's going to be a skill builder. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to bring it out in 3 levels. You pick the level you think you're at, and then there's no rules. Well, there is rules because everybody gets a bingo card, but I mean, it's a lot of fun, and there's lots of different things you're going to learn. So it'll be fun to brush up on some older skills and, learn new ones. It'll be fine. It's going to be a fun little project. Also, we have Zoom sew dates from now until the end of December, and we've just decided the first Saturday of the month right across the board. And mark it down on your calendar, on your phones or your iPad or whatever. It is a great day to come hang out from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because I'm in Alberta, Canada, so we just have so much fun in there. And there's lots of giggling, sometimes we take polls, sometimes we do all sorts of fun things in there. But I usually try and talk to everybody, or try to get in there and talk to everybody. Sometimes the conversation is, off and away, and I don't get a chance to say much, but that's okay. We're all there to have some fun. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all of it. Yes, I told you about the Soya brothers and charity drive. So, yes, we're good. Come on in. Let's get to the sewing of Pinwheel Hourglass. Okay, so here we are at the sewing machine. Now, this is going to be a very fast block. I cut these with an easy angle ruler. So, the neutral and the color, the focal fabric are right sides together. So now I can just roll this under my 1/4-inch foot or my sewing machine foot and I'm good to go. Now these blocks I'll finish at 12-inch finish, 12.5 unfinished. Very, very quick. Very, very quick block to do. And we're going to play with this. A little bit of a surprise. Oops, coming. There we go. Yeah. So I have given you the traditional cutting instructions for a 6.5-inch unfinished triangle, which is 6 3/8 or so. 6 7/8. I can't remember. I've given you the traditional cutting instructions. They are right. I went and checked it all out, made sure that it was right. But I cut mine out of a 6.5-inch strips, 2 6.5-inch strips with the easy angle ruler, because that I find probably the most efficient way of cutting my strips. Because it's very quick. You cut your strips, you cut your triangles, you sew them together, you're done. You don't have to sit there and, okay, I gotta sew one side up and the other side. Nah, no, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have any of that to do. It's always nice. It's always really nice when you don't have any of that to do. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna sew these two together. So we get, this is my little leader ender project. It's all good. There. Now, when we have the easy angle ruler, you can see we have one dog ear already cut off, so we have to cut off the other ones. And again, I like cutting them a little bit deeper. There we go. Now we're going to play around with the center. So you're going to finger press all of these, right? Press to the dark. So you're going to take your dark on top, flip it over, and you're going to make all 4 of these the same. There. There we go. Another one. I just had a lot of fun finding. I had to dig a long time to find this fabric. This is such a cutie fabric. And I barely had enough. Anyways, okay. So now we're going to take our, because when you lay out a pinwheel, all of your pinwheels on what you're cutting should be the same, right? So when you're spinning them out, oops, I'll take this out of the way. When you're spinning them out, that's what they're going to look like, right? That's your pinwheel block. But we're playing with this. We are saying we're going to take an hourglass. We're going to make an hourglass in the middle of this by doing a flip and stitch right like so. Right? We're going to take 2 opposing sides. Oh, there we go. I take 2 opposing sides in one direction. I'm just going to mark a little bit here with my fingernail. There, 2, and this. And we're going to do the whites as well. Because, now, there. And we're just going to do this by flip and stitch because it's really, really simple. And then all of a sudden gives your center. People are going, what's with that center? And there you're going to go. So now we're just going to switch feet because I prefer this foot for doing stitch and flips. The old-fashioned Singer foot that came, the original foot that came, I just find it simpler to work with. I have more field of vision. So I'm just going to take these and just pop them in, make sure that everything works. Oh my gosh, I've got like a frog all of a sudden. Sorry guys. So we're just going to go like this, down the center. And remember, we don't cut anything ever on a flip and stitch or a snowball. We're just going to snowball one edge. And this creates a different block other than your pinwheel. This is just a simple little design element that we can take and play with, and all of a sudden now we have a different looking block. Now if I wanted to get really dramatic with this, I could have went black and white. Excuse me, black and white. I could have went black and white, and I had really gotten some quite a bit different thing going on here, you know. But I mean, I want to play with the purples and my kind of like my quilty colors. I want to play with that, and all the. I'm hoping I have enough there, just like that. We take this now, we change this back out for the 1/4 inch foot. And in order to get all of those off, we're going to run another leader ender. Thank goodness for leader enders. You know, leader enders, if you're doing leader enders save you so much thread. It's unreal how much thread. Because if I had to pull, I mean, I would be pulling off more thread than the leader ender takes. So now we go back to this and we go, okay, I need to make sure I have good coverage. So I'm going to press this down in place with my finger. Yes, it covers the corner. So now I'm going to cut this off with this, the world's tiniest scissors, because I forgot to bring the bigger one. And I'm just going to quickly run this under. So I have a little, instead of you know, 2 triangle pieces, I'm going to have something that I can play with in my crumbs. Now this works as well. So here we go. I mean, I could have ran both seams at the same time, but, or, you know, run one seam and then run another seam. That would have worked too. But, okay, there we go. That goes here. Oops, get this out of the way. You can see what I'm doing here. Just like that. Now, there. Now that goes there. And just to make sure, yes. Woohoo! That's good. There. Now, all 4 of these done. There. Now let's get this. Oops, let's get this finger pressed over really well. So now in order to make our hourglass, we're going to sew this to this and this to this, right? So we're going to make one seam. Now, some people want that to go where they press one under, like the top one goes under. And that might be the best way to hide any shadowing. So that's what I'm going to do. And it makes, then it will make my hourglass nest. So I'm going to take the one underneath and press under that snowball so it makes it go the other way. Okay, and of course as soon as I put it down it doesn't nest anymore. Alright, here we go. Now it's nesting. Okay. I'll show you what I mean when we get this done. I'll show you exactly what I did. So now this one, we're pressing it this way because we want it to nest on here as well, right? So we're going to move this just like so. And we're going to make sure that nests nice and neat. And then, oops, there we go. Now, there's something about this, when I was playing around with it, you know how sometimes you just can't leave something alone? Well, here we go. here we go. Here we go. We are doing something else with this, and it's because I can't leave it alone. And here, just let me get this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this with this little block, and I'm going to probably build it out somewhere in my stash, but right now I'm just going to run it through as a little leader ender because I can. Nobody can stop me. See? Nobody. And when we finish this little tiny block, it'll end up somewhere in an orphan quilt somewhere, maybe with extra coping strips around it or whatever to make it the right size. So now this, okay, just so we're all on the same page, this now got pushed up, and this one got pushed down, and this one got pushed up into the block, and these go this way. So now let's just make sure we get this, line the edge up, because that's important. Now, the first nesting that you want to make is right here. And you want to make sure that that's nested nice and tight, because you want that hourglass inside there to have that fun element. Let's get this off. And now, there, and I'm going to drive this so this happens. So you nest that center seam, and all you have to do is step one over, one notch, one stitch over with your needle down, and it will hold that nesting point for you. And there we go, again, nesting those points. I'll show you a close-up in a second when we get to the end. Okay. And now to run this little block, this little insanity. Okay, here we go. I'll square it up later. Maybe I won't square it up. I'll just add, it'll be like an improv block where nothing has to be square. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay. So here we are with the pressing plan. Now, what I did was the lighter ones went into the block, the darker ones went out, right? So then I switched this around, and I'm just gonna pop open this if it'll let me. Maybe it won't. Oh no! No, oh yes, it's coming. It's coming. Just let me get my stitch ripper. Sometimes I sew with my stitches so high that it won't let me pop open the center. And that center now is going to lie really flat that I've opened it up. So here we go, just like so. These outer points are swirling around the block, and this is going up, and these are coming down. So now all of a sudden this block's going to lie nice and flat. So let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so this is our Pinwheel Hourglass, and it's just a little different take on the traditional pinwheel block, but it does provide a little element of interest, right? So I did want to play with these, these ideas and see how well they would go. If you wanted to change the size of your hourglass, just change the size of what you're snowballing on. I use a 2.5-inch square. If you wanted to go 3.5 or 4.5, yeah, this becomes a totally different block. If you wanted to use black and white or other colors in that hourglass instead of what matches the block, that would also change the block as well. That would look very dramatic in the block. So anyways, I hope you have some fun with this one. It was really easy, and you can see how this now is going to try and all come together on this baby quilt that I'm making. But you can, if all you want to do is make this block, that's fine too. But we're going to have some fun with this. So I hope life is treating you just absolutely wonderful, and you've got a lovely week of sewing ahead of you. Okay, you stay well and take care until we meet each other again. Okay, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life and you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your lives and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.